Yo, you, yeah, you, over there. I'm talking to you. Listen, let me ask you a quick question. Are you someone that's retired or semi retired and maybe you have a brokerage account and you're buying stocks, buying and holding stocks, and you're looking for a way to supplement that? I can help you out, but you're going to have to watch this video to the end. But first, let me give you a little backdrop about myself. I'm someone that retired from the transportation industry about 5 years ago. And I had, well, I still do have a brokerage account. And I initially was buying and holding shares of stocks. And I figured another way that can help boost that income in addition to just buying and holding. And this is what I'll be briefly covering. I'll try to keep this video as short as possible. And by the way, this video is more catered to someone in the beginning stages of their investment career. We'll get right to it. Oh, today's strategy will be selling covered calls. So first off, you must have 100 shares of a stock in order to even sell covered calls. So let's say you have 100 shares of stock X. This is just a fictional stock for illustrative purposes only. But anyway, you got these 100 shares of stock X at $10, which would be $1,000. So once you have 100 shares of stock X, that would be the equivalent to one contract, which equals 100 shares. Then you'd go to your options chain in your brokerage account. The options chain will have certain information in it, such info as bid, ask, delta, strike. I'll kind of try and draw one out for you. Now, the expiration date. I forgot to put that in here, but from various accounts, the expiration date will be in different places. Like what I drew out here, it may be right here, and then once you hit the expiration date, the bid, ask, delta, and various other pieces of information will show up. But I'm just being as basic and as quick as possible. We're not going to cover this delta, but I just wanted to illustrate it. So if you see it, I'll do another video about that. But we're going to stick with the bid and ask and the strike. For the sake of this video, those are the ones that are very important. And by the way, the calls on any platform, even though they may look somewhat different, but calls are always on the left side of any platform. Puts are always on the right side of any platform, even though the expiration date may be in different spots, but that is the norm for all platforms, at least from my experience. And I have several accounts. All calls are on the left side and all puts are on the right side. But we're not going to be covering puts in this video. As I said, I wanted to keep it as short and sweet as possible, and also beginner friendly. So this is a slight example of what an option chain would look like. So here you got just stock X, as we said a little while ago. Now, these numbers here that are under the bid and ask. So with that, how this works is And then also over here, you have your strike prices. Now, you got your 100 shares. You bought them at $10 for $1,000. Now, you want to sell contracts against your shares. Now, obviously, you wouldn't use this strike price because this is how much you paid for it, $10. So, for this to be profitable, let's see. Say you want to sell the strike price for $14. That's what the strike for 14 under the strike. That's what that would be. And say, for the sake of this video, now the minimal bid is $3.40, but that's times 100, so that's $340. Now, you sell your contract, and let's say you get $4 or $400 for your shares of StockX. You put it on open market. This is what's called a premium. So the premium is what's paid to you upon agreement of contract strike price. As I just said earlier, say you were interested in selling the $14 strike price of stock X to the market, and it's agreed upon. You will receive $4, the ask price. Now, that can fluctuate depending on how you feel about things. You may or may not get $4, but just say, for the sake of this video, you got $4 for it. But before that, you'll have to agree on an expiration date. So, say by January 17th, you sold your contract to the open market at the $14 strike price. You got a $4 premium for January 17th. But again, you had to find an expiration date first, and then within the options change, like what I just showed, you had to pick and choose a strike price within that expiration date. Most contracts expire on Fridays, but not all. Now, with these contracts, you can set an expiration date as near or as far as you'd like. On average, you can sell a contract as far out as 2 years. So now, if price action of StockX doesn't go up to $14 as we agreed, we got the expiration date of January 17th, 25. So if it doesn't reach by then, you get to keep the $400 premium that was agreed on. Oh, and wait, you also get to keep your shares, and you get the opportunity to repeat the process again as many times as you like. Now, however, if price action meets or exceeds your agreed strike price by the expiration date, your shares will be assigned to another investor. But there's good news with that. You would have profited twice. Once from the premium received when you first sold a contract, and the difference between how much you paid for stock X and the strike price of the contract sold. So your strike price is 14. You bought it for 10. 14 from 10 is 4. So with that said, you just made $800, and all you did pretty much was push buttons. How much easier can it get? So, for those of you who watch to the end, thank you for sharing your time. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you appreciated the video, please like, share, comment, and if you want to see more videos like this, type invest somewhere in the comments. By the way, I am not a financial advisor. This was merely an investor just sharing my experiences with you all, and hopefully somebody got something out of this. So next video. Oh, again, I am not a financial advisor, and I will not DM you or anything like that. Till next video, peace.